Hey there, Brady here with your daily tennis lesson. So we're looking at countering depth this week from our opponent, overwhelmingly handling this high, heavy, deep ball. And in a little three-part series, we looked at how to move back, how to efficiently get there, what type of racket speed and contact point to expect to achieve a good shot. Today, let's look at the result of the ball. And before we get to that, I want to preface it just by looking at trying to hit a really heavy shot of my own if the ball that comes in is relatively low and neutral. I think this is actually a really tough shot to pull off. When I try to go high and heavy off a standard ball, it's really tough to get that thing, 6, 7 feet high over the net, driving my opponent back. So what I tend to do on more of a neutral ball that's not pushing me around is drive it back in a similar fashion and maybe go more off the court. Really try to work my opponent, more with placement, but obviously not a ton of height. So now getting to this ball where our opponent has driven us deep and we're back here and this contact point might be close to shoulder height. Obviously it's a little bit of a scary shot when you look at it, but what I think this really allows for is amplifying the height and spin that we can achieve that's really tough to get here on a low ball. All right, because the ball has bounced high, it really allows me to come under the ball comfortably and really work up to this high contact point. How is this ball not going to get significant net clearance? And with the racket speed and contact point we discussed earlier in the week, those elements combined together should produce a ball that really jumps up off my racket and then explodes off the court. All right, you could feasibly just tell yourself, okay, when they hit high and heavy, try to match the opponent's ball or even amplify it a little bit. See if you can go back even higher and heavier than they can. And what I like about this idea is it's very, very much okay to hit near the middle of the court with this shot. The net is clearly out of play, so there's one miss that's gone. That contact point we talked about in front of the body eliminates the misses off to the side. There's 2 misses gone. And honestly, if I miss these shots a little bit long, I'm not all that concerned about it because I really am trying to release my swing and get in a good habit of not getting pressured by this heaviness from my opponent. I think more often than not, if you follow this blueprint, you're going to make a ton of these. Be okay with that one miss, possibly going out the baseline on that end. So that's why aiming to the middle to me is a really good idea on this shot. Eliminate a couple of the other misses. All right, so I'm going to try to amplify up, whatever Mark gives me by a little bit and see if I can hit it back heavier than he hits it to me. All right, so there's a good one right there. I got pushed back pretty nice. Really kept that path going up with speed, trying to get all that net clearance, go up the middle of the court. That's a good ball right there. All right, and then to top that off, obviously, I don't want to keep going back here, shot after shot, game after game, set after set. That's not any way to really implement like a finishing strategy. So I think that the goal for me, if I have to get through 1 or 2 of these shots from back here and really bump that height and spin up, I'm really trying to get my opponent to have a breakdown either in how they moved, in their racket speed or contact point, or possibly they just didn't clear the net by high enough. I want them to break down before I break down. So ultimately, a really nicely executed high, heavy ball from back here should translate to me ending up getting a short ball that I can come up and attack. So as much as this is an aggressive shot back here, it's most likely not the finishing shot. When you hit those well, be looking for balls that invite you into the short court to be able to put those ones away with a little more momentum coming in behind the ball, closing the gap you know, between you and the baseline, if not even stepping up inside the baseline, okay? So that's all I got for you today. Hope that was super helpful. Please click like below this video. And if you have not subscribed to our channel yet, please do so, as well as check down below me in the description of this video. You'll find the link to 3 free courses that Mark and I have put together. I think you'll find those really helpful as well. All right, so until next time, be well, and we'll see you soon at Daily Tennis Lesson.